Welcome back to Studio F, where on Fast Times Willy B, we'll be reviewing Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Russell.
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Kory with me, and it is his 50th appearance here on the channel. So happy 50th, Kory.
Yeah, you went to say happy 50th, and I was like, what?
Episodes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Wow.
you beat Rosie to it. You were both at 49. So you snuck in there. You were down 5 to start the year. So
That's true.
You had quite the comeback to hit 51st.
I'm thinking it's time that you make a post just for me on Fast Times. I'm demanding this on the podcast right now.
Okay.
And it's a picture of me running across a finish line. Obviously, I ain't doing that shit. So get a picture of somebody who does run. Put my face over it.
There you go. A picture of you over Usain Bolt. Crossing through. But nonetheless, we are going to take a step back to 1977.
Whoa.
And we had a little bit of an upset, in my opinion, in this past week's poll.
Sure.
I thought Star Wars was the heavy favorite when I picked my 4 options.
That's true.
And you guys came out and said Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Came out strong.
You wanted to hear that one,
Underrated
which
pick.
honestly I'm happy with because I kind of want to do something I hadn't seen. This was a first time watch for me, believe it or not, as a big Spielberg fan. I had never seen Close Encounters. I know this was your first time watch too, so we checked it out together, and we're gonna talk about it today.
It was a real bonding experience.
Yeah, it was amazing to get you to 50. But we got Spielberg in the director's chair. He's on probably the Mount Rushmore of directors.
He is on the Mount Rushmore of directors, that's for sure.
Yeah, and cast-wise, he sticks with his guy, Richard Dreyfuss, on this one.
Absolutely.
After a couple years ago going with Jaws, he thought this was the guy to take over Roy in
Why not?
this movie. And then we got Melinda Dillon, who it was really funny because when the movie started, I was like, oh, she's the mom in Christmas Story, and she's the mom in Harry and Henderson. So I wonder if she's a mom in this movie. First scene, Barry comes walking out, and it's her son.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And so...
And you know what? There's my first meh. Why is she wearing jeans in the bed?
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm skipping the good.
Skipping the
Just
good.
kidding.
But no, Melinda Dillon, obviously great in this movie as well. And then we got some, other, like Lance Henriksen we found out was in this film after we watched it. Carl Weathers is in this film. If you don't watch the director's cut, which we watched, Kory was pretty upset that one of the scenes cut out of the director's cut was, in fact, the entire scene with Carl Weathers.
I wasted like 2.5 hours looking for Carl Weathers just to find out he was one of the only things cut.
Yeah, not many changes, but that was one of them. But nonetheless, we'll start with
Spielberg.
We'll start with the good. And I mean, easy good is obviously talking about the special effects and the cinematography and score. Yes, so this did win. Best cinematography at the Oscars, and it was nominated for a slew of other things, including VFX. If it wasn't for Star Wars, I think this would have easily won.
100%, yeah.
And then score, it also was nominated.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure John Williams lost to himself. I didn't fact check that, but if I had to guess, Star Wars probably took home best score as well that year.
I mean, yeah.
But
absolutely.
John Williams, what a year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, considering Star Wars is probably it's probably the first theme song I knew as a child. Good job.
Yeah.
But then also listening to this, I mean, refreshing. I mean, especially from John Williams, somebody that I've listened to for a long time.
And so many of his iconic scores. Like you said, this was refreshing because I had never even... This was a movie for it being what? It's 48 this year, come December.
Blind.
We didn't know the look of what the aliens were going to look like. We didn't know... We went into it pretty blind.
That's what I said. I was amazed at that. I was like, there's no way we get a shot of the aliens because, we would have seen that on the internet. Every movie, I love alien movies. Yeah. Every alien ever, District 9, all that crap. I've seen what the aliens look like. Yeah. For some reason, nobody's, shown this. Yeah. I'm confused.
Yeah. I had never heard the score before, so like you said, it was refreshing.
Yeah.
A cool little, the down, 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 down. It was fun. It was cool.
Fantastic.
It's John Williams, man. So definitely deserves a spot in the good.
Absolutely.
But it is crazy to think, after 48 years, we went into this like it was a theater release.
Blind as honestly,
we didn't even watch a trailer before we watched it.
The only thing I knew about the movie is it was obviously something aliens related. Richard Dreyfuss, boom, and I only knew that because Family Guy makes a joke
and then
about
obviously
it.
Spielberg being the director.
You know what? I don't think I even realized that until we were getting ready to watch it.
Really?
I was like, Spielberg? Oh, fuck. All right. Yeah, sure.
I mean, because I didn't even know the score was John Williams, but I probably should have guessed given it was Spielberg.
Well, I mean, just when people talk about Spielberg, they don't bring this one up that often. It's just like, you take out like 2 Indiana Jones movies, it's probably my favorite Spielberg movie.
Okay.
I guess I crashed out too early there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's keep going.
Everybody, you know how I feel about Jaws and Jurassic Park, but that's nonetheless that's for another day. But no, I mean, it's definitely a movie worth talking about, though.
Oh yeah.
I guess when you have, you know, the filmography a guy like Spielberg has, it's I don't know, it's tough. He especially, I mean, pre-2000s, what he did.
I mean, the man loves adventure. The man loves spectacle. The man loves aliens.
I shouldn't even say pre-2000s. I love The Fabelmans, and that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was a great
And I really
movie.
liked Ready Player One, I know. Well, anyways, we're not talking about Spielberg movies. But, I mean, Spielberg is also in the good. This movie has great direction.
Yeah,
which,
yeah, absolutely.
Again, most of his movies that he's touched on do. I liked the acting a lot. I thought Richard Dreyfuss and Melinda Dillon were both great.
I thought they were fantastic, yeah. I think I don't think there was any bad acting in
No, I liked the kids. I liked... Terry Parr, I think her name is, played Ronnie, the wife.
Yeah,
I thought she was great.
I thought Ronnie was one of the best parts of the movie, acting-wise at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And I also really liked, going back to Melinda Dillon, the scene where Barry gets abducted.
Yeah, crazy.
Her acting chops there are... That's the best I've ever seen Melinda Dillon act.
Oh, for sure. Well,
I mean, I don't have a huge sample size of Melinda Dillon.
I've got the Christmas Story.
And I've got Harry and the Hendersons on top of that.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, she's about to make me cry.
Oh my God, that was insane. I didn't expect them to just go, yeah, we'll take a kid.
Yeah.
But only a kid, you know?
Yeah.
That's really disturbing to think about.
What a scene, too.
Oh my God.
The lights coming through the window, the oranges, the blues, and the wind shooting out of the vent and the unscrew it. Like, it was just, it's a very tense scene, and the effects are awesome. The cinematography is awesome. Probably my favorite scene in the movie, if we had to be real. Up next to the encounter.
I was going to say, I mean, yeah, I guess that might be my favorite scene, just because, I don't know, man, that's a long scene, and it didn't, you know, it felt long, but not in a bad way. Like, I loved every second. I didn't want it to end, actually.
Yeah.
But my favorite scene is Richard Dreyfuss in that truck where he thinks there's a truck behind him. Because that actually had me like, oh shit, like creepy alien stuff.
Yeah, it
which
literally
is, I guess, is why you go the director's cut if that's what you want out of it.
Yeah.
And I was kind of a mature tone for that era.
Yeah, we did a little research before watching, and director's cut was said to be the best version. It's Spielberg's favorite version, and it creates almost a darker atmosphere to it, which it definitely did. You can feel that scene where you think a truck pulls up and then all of a sudden the headlights start raising. You're like, that's pretty cool.
That had me shook, genuinely.
And then it starts the vacuum and you see the mailboxes shaking and he gets the sunburn and like,
oh yeah, the mailboxes was crazy.
Yeah, that's a really good scene. There's a lot, like, this was
just so directed so well. Genuinely, some of the shit, I'm like, I don't know how you pulled that off, but
yeah.
Renowned director Steven Spielberg, good job.
You did it.
You did very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene definitely.
Great atmosphere. I'll put that in the good, just easily, atmosphere.
Yeah. Those were easily the top 3 scenes, though.
Absolutely.
Truck scene, Barry's abduction, and the actual encounter of the third kind. Which we did a little research, too. If you're not sure, Close Encounter of the First Kind is a picture of a UFO type encounter. Close Encounter of the Second, or it doesn't have to be, I guess, Close Encounter, but Encounter of the Second Kind is what was the second kind?
That was like communicate.
No,
it's not.
The aliens leave a mark.
That's right.
So, like, if you get like the crops,
stuff.
And the third kind is communication,
actual communication,
which is why this one's called that, because you get the communicate. That was really cool. Finding that out just added a layer to the movie. Like, you know, it's kind of cool how the title was, because I always wondered that.
Yeah.
Like, what's Close Encounter of the Third Kind?
I thought it was going to be an alien species. I thought that's why it was going to be called the Third Kind, whatever. Yeah. You know, it just sounded like a species thing. But, I mean, I figured the movie would just be just a a meeting of the aliens, which it is, but it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how you make that tense, and I was like, oh, like that, by making me think that something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Most of the movie.
For sure. We get some like psychopathic behaviors, which is pretty cool too.
Absolutely.
Everybody that was there the night of like the truck night, just all of a sudden is having these visions of the Devil's Tower, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like a landmark.
It's kind of disturbing, genuinely, because you get even though they're like, wow, what an amazing spectacle or whatever. Yeah. They're also kind of traumatized by it, by the way they can't get it out of their head, and I don't know, it's very creepy.
Yeah, that scene with like Dreyfuss's meltdown with his family.
You're talking about the bathtub one or a different one?
Well, like all
he does
of that.
It a few times.
Like
oh yeah, just everything
from dinner with the mashed potatoes to the bathtub to him throwing stuff through the window.
Yeah. Oh
like,
my god.
That all was in one continuous swipe.
That is true.
And that's like just. He ruined his family.
I mean, genuinely, by the time he was putting stuff in the window, the rest of the stuff, I'm like, okay, he's just a guy who's just going through something and doesn't know how to talk about it. Whenever it gets to the point where he's actively throwing bricks through his own kitchen window, that's when I was starting to be like, Ronnie, you're kind of a bad mom. You need to just go.
Yeah.
Like, this is... Your husband is Kanye West. Like, let's skedaddle. Okay?
Yeah. But it was... Like, it was intense.
Yeah.
And then, dude, let's talk about how he built, like, the most scaled, to the point replica of this thing.
That was impressive.
Like, with hell of talent. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Which, by the way, I'm also, like, what pissed me off most about it was I was like, you had it in clay. You were like, damn, that looks good. I'm going to go build a bigger one.
Yeah.
Why?
That's fair. It's very fair.
But, yeah, I mean, at the detriment of his family.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he was very, very just, like, he gives them one phone call, he's like, come back. And then after that, he's like, well, I guess I'll be kissing other ladies.
I mean, you kind of get the feeling from the beginning of the movie that there's not great home life going on.
No.
I mean, they have the argument over what, going putt-putting.
Oh, yeah, putt-putting, the movie theater or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Or a puppet show?
Something.
A puppet show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from there, you kind of get the feeling like, and he starts yelling, and
it's his fault, really, because everyone, including the kids, is like a putt-putt. He's like, nah, you want to watch the puppet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
So.
And definitely, like, look, I mean, you encounter an alien spectacle. I'm sure that's going to, it would have to change your life, realistically.
Oh, for sure.
But to just crash out and be like, you know what, every night, I'm just not going to go to work, and I'm going to go wait for this thing.
Yeah.
It's probably not good.
He was an electrical line worker.
Yep.
It was in the synopsis on Letterboxd.
Was it? Good.
Because we were trying to figure out what exactly he did.
I was like, he's getting called in to do something.
With the powers out. So,
something?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, others than the good, I mean, just honestly from start to finish, like you said, phenomenal. The atmosphere, it's just one of those movies that's just, it's 220 minutes, but it's easy to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's just cool to be a part of, almost. It is a spectacle.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, my God. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Nope. And obviously, especially watching the movie, I was like, man, a lot of that is
you could see some inspiration. Yeah. I would be surprised if, like, Peele ever got asked that question if he didn't say Close Encounters definitely had some inspiration.
He's very open about inspirations and stuff like that, so probably. But, like, when I think of, like, just the atmosphere, like the shot where Melinda, what's her last name? Dylan is sticking her head out the window or whatever, and you see the star just slowly move. Like, it's things like that. There's, like, a sense of dread almost, but it's still really exciting because it's aliens, you know?
Jinx. That was crazy.
That was cute.
I was going to say the truck scene, what we were talking about, like, I kind of felt inspiration from that with, like, the alien being over top of the truck.
Absolutely.
Dreyfuss, like, looking up, like...
Oh, my God, that's a direct reference.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah. I thought of Nope, that scene, first and foremost.
Well, not to mention, I mean, the whole purpose of Nope is supposed to be, like, the dangers of spectacle. And Close Encounters is all, like, isn't spectacle fun?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a... I mean, that third act, genuinely, that entire third act is just like, from the playing the music thing to you get one version of the creature that kind of comes out and says, what up? And then you get the little children ones, which, like, they look great, but also for the time, Because you freeze frame on one of those. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely claymation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I went to Retro Attic today, and they had the first Alien figure.
Did they?
And then I was like, I would have looked past this 100 times if it weren't for watching the movie 2 days ago.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to buy that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I probably have seen it, but it didn't lock in my brain because I don't know, it just didn't. Yeah. And I'm glad, by the way.
Yeah, I put off the wall and I was like, oh, and it was like, didn't you just watch that 2 days ago? I was like, shush.
Doesn't matter. And also,
I'm an instant fan.
I really love the subplot with the military trying to hide it by being like, there's an aerial virus or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I mean, that's 100% would be realistic. I mean, it's probably gonna
I was gonna say it's like someone out there screaming at this phone right now.
Yeah,
this camera to be like,
there's stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
There's gotta be aliens out there, right, man?
I mean, we're at the point where they declassified. They're like, yeah, there's a bunch of shit. We don't know what it is, and everyone's like, it's like Kanye's been acting weird lately, huh? No, the other thing. Stop.
Kanye's the scapegoat.
yeah. I mean, plant.
No, I mean that whole, like you said, that whole third act is great too.
All the military men also, very good acting from them as
well. But with the encounter, like you said, the music and getting the fast pace, and then you get a little nod to Jaws in there too, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, which I wouldn't have caught if they didn't put on the subtitles.
The Jaws theme played by the big mothership, I guess. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
and then to
the
releasing,
ships was cool.
Yeah, and to the releasing of like all those people that didn't age. World War II vets, and that was pretty cool.
And the kid, and whatever. And then Richard Dreyfuss just being like, he was so ready to dip out of that family. Oh my god!
Yeah,
he went on an alien spaceship. Some of those dudes were on there for like, what was the movie set in the 70s?
Yes,
presumably. And they went in the 40s at least.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah,
you might come out. Your kids are the same age as you. Interstellar. That's wild.
Maybe they got inspiration from us.
That's true. I shouldn't have said that. You haven't seen it yet.
Well, I know the premise.
Oh, good.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just haven't finished it. I've probably watched like the first 2/3 of that movie.
That
I know. That's for another day.
No, there's plenty. Anyway, yeah. It just like I couldn't do that now, and I don't even have a family. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They pick him, and he's like on The Price is Right. Me? I'm going on the spaceship.
Really? No. I mean, that's cool though. Like,
oh, it's awesome,
and especially his character.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
That like it was.
I mean, he's a freak, bro. We don't want him. We don't.
That's
let
fair.
him go.
That's fair. He was throwing bricks in his house.
I really thought there was gonna be some sort of I don't know, some like all of the people who like really wanted to come to this mountain. I thought there was going to be some like they all get to meet the aliens, and a bunch of them are just like, nah, military told us no, we'll go, and they go on like a secret mission. One dude gets gassed on the way up the mountain. What the fuck is waking up from that like in the middle of the woods with nobody around?
That's a good point.
That's got to be pretty terrifying. There was a
lot of gas dumped out there too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I was starting to get confused. I'm like, man, why are all these aliens dead? I thought this was like a hoax. And then you find out it's the sleeping gas.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's like a Batman villain thing to do.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Just like we're putting
pretty
everything.
Cool touch, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, man, this movie's most of it's in the good, if not like just about all of it. It was a very good watch.
It's unfortunate.
Why is it unfortunate?
Because it makes talking about it not as fun. Because I like to make fun of things.
That's fair.
But it's too damn good.
Man, I'm getting spoiled right now. I mean, the 4 options I put are usually decently received.
I mean, yeah. You're usually some of the most well-renowned movies of that year.
Maybe one day I'm going to get one where I'm like, I don't see the hype.
Oh, my God. I can't wait till you get pulled from Madam Web for 2020.
That will not be an option. Well, I already did a Madam Web review.
Well, run it back.
This is going through 2022.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, we're 8 for 8.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is a solid hit for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else in the good?
No, everything. God damn it.
Yeah. So we'll hop over to the meh. I don't have anything in the bad.
I don't have anything in the bad.
Some of the things I put in the meh, I guess, is mostly the lack of payoff on the family stuff, I guess.
Yeah, they really just go, don't they?
They leave, and then you don't get anything, and then you get the kiss with Melinda Dillon. I don't know if I liked that.
When that happened, I was like,
yeah.
And then it just turns to the point where she gets her kid, and she's like, well, have fun on your ship.
Yeah.
My son had a great time, apparently. She also, even though she was acting very well, I feel like she really didn't play up that side of it enough that, like, he'd been gone for, like, 4 days. He's a 3-year-old. And then she's just like, all is well. Like...
Yeah, the last day for sure. I was going to say, there was one shot where we get her in makeup and costume did a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
Because she looked like she'd been through it, which obviously she had been.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I didn't love the kiss. I thought that was a little weird of a throw-in.
Yeah, that didn't
hit with me. The lack of payoff for the family is definitely meh for me. I was hoping to get a little more, maybe like maybe one more phone call.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would have been.
That's what I'm saying. He called once and he was like, I guess that's that.
Yeah.
God, and also, they also just don't... Oh my God. They wouldn't know what happened to him.
Yeah. I would also say that the crash out scene when he's throwing stuff through the window is a little long.
It's a little too much.
That's the only scene where I felt like, okay, we could have cut that back maybe a little bit.
And he's like, I'm going to get the chicken wire.
Yeah, he starts going for the chicken wire, and I'm like,
I get it. You're throwing shit in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that stuff was, I agree. Some of the mad stuff I had was really just a lot of that crash out.
We do need to watch the original cut.
You're probably right, just to see.
A longer third act, and then Carl Weathers. But, oh yeah, you're going to put that in the lack of Carl Weathers.
Lack of Carl Weathers. I guess I almost forgot to put it in there. Bitch. I watched the movie again. 2.5 hours of my life wasted.
Not really, but.
Not wasted at all. But I could have, maybe I would say this movie's a 13 out of 10, but I can't say that because I spent most of the time looking for Carl Weathers. Like, that neighbor's looking black with a mustache. That's not him.
Yeah.
The military man, that's not him. I did that the entire movie until the end. And then the credits went up and I was like, huh. So they just fucking lied.
Yeah, there's no Carl Weathers. And then we looked it up. It was cut out, and he actually had like a speaking part, like you would have recognized it if you watched the original cut.
Bro, unbelievable.
But I have a feeling that score-wise, the director's cut and original cut aren't too far off from each other.
Yeah, probably.
I've heard weird things about the special edition or special cut, but like the scores we're gonna get for this one, I feel like would be pretty spot on if we did either cut.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the only thing that I wouldn't like about the first cut is if it does take away some of that creep factor and makes it more like a fun, whimsical thing. That's not as much that's like E.T., you know?
That's fair.
That's not usually my kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, so like, I don't know. Maybe that would change things. But
yeah. That's really hitting the man for me, man.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. I mean, I don't think this is even, I should bring this up, but I mean, sometimes like when they do pure CGI, technology wasn't really ready for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it also looks fine for the year.
The sky shots, man. I can't get over the sky shots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And some of that, a lot of that probably had to be like, some of it was paintings. And actually moving a fucking laser or something.
Yeah.
It would have had to have been in camera.
Yeah.
So also that still stays in the grate, honestly.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're the kind of person that's like, does it look good for modern day? No.
Yeah.
Obviously not. But
yeah. So how about over to our final thoughts and ratings? I do want to throw in a little more. The cop going off the ramp was pretty funny.
Sure. Oh my God. You like rewinded that. You're laughing so hard.
That was so good. But what do you want to leave off with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and what do you give it?
Leave off with I have one thing to leave off with, and God, that cop is stupid. Do you think he was gonna catch that saucer in midair?
That was pretty funny. I'm guessing because it was a tight turn that he just was going too fast.
He's like, fuck it, I'll give this a shot. What are you, Dom Toretto? Relax. Anyway.
Nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. Probably died.
Oof.
I don't know. I mean, it's Spielberg. You want me to sit here and blow smoke up Spielberg's ass? I mean, it's Spielberg. But, I mean, truth be told, I'm going to do it now. He's one of the best. Yeah, we all know it. He's one of the best. Mm-hmm. And I think this one truly doesn't get brought up enough.
I agree.
I think this is a phenomenal film. I really don't have anything like actually bad to say about the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna put that on an 8.5.
Okay.
I need time to. I still have been digesting the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, it might go into a 9. Really, yeah. I'm feeling kind of a 9 right now talking about it.
Honestly, like, I felt like I was pretty solid at what I was, but now that we've talked about it, I want to go up as well.
Yeah, I was on a firm 8, but I'm like, oh, man, I don't know. That was pretty great.
Yeah. I think, because I'm not doing halves. Like, 8.5 is probably where I'm sitting, but I'm going to go 8 out of 10.
Just, yeah. You're a man of principle.
Yeah. I'm trying to stick to it. I'm going to break it. I know it.
Yeah. You're going to have a new formula. For 3 months, new formula.
No, but it was
a new ranking, new Excel sheet.
Yeah. It was a very good movie, though. Another great watch so far in this 70 through 2022 series.
Absolutely.
Honestly, this has just been a really fun series to do.
Absolutely.
And I've decided that it will be continued. Next year, I'll just take the 3 that didn't win and then add a 4th movie to those and repost the poll for each year.
Yeah. Broaden your horizons.
See if Star Wars gets upset again next year. But
crazy.
But no, this was another, just. We're chugging through the 70s right now, and I'm having a great time.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hopefully hop on a couple more by the end of the year.
Well, given we already talked about it, if one of the movies from 78, I already talked to you about that one.
Ooh.
But that'll be posted in a couple of days. But yeah, man, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I agree. It's Spielberg, but it's one that's not really talked about enough.
It's great.
I agree.
Man.
I mean, I guess I don't want to say easy to get lost because I feel like that's just hitting on a movie that I think I really enjoyed. I don't think I did really enjoy. But when you have, Jaws and Jurassic Park and the Indiana Jones trilogy,
I mean, yeah.
I guess it could be easy to get lost, but, like, I don't know. This one definitely deserves a little more.
If you're up there as being one of the best, I mean,
yeah.
The greats are, it's tough.
And maybe it got lost for us. I mean, maybe, people that have seen this movie are like, what are these guys talking about right now?
They were like, yeah, we've been on this. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Yeah. I hate you.
I didn't get to be alive for movies like this.
Can I throw out a special message to the folks out there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about my nose. I ran into a door, and it looks stupid. So, sorry. Not as pretty as I was.
Good 50th anniversary look. Or 50th episode look.
If we do this picture of me running through the thing, we will be getting a picture of me pre-running into a door. No,
I'm gonna put a running photo of you and Photoshop a van door.
Don't let him know it was a van door.
But no, what a movie.
Yeah, what a movie.
That'll do it for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Kory, thank you for coming on, my man.
Thank you.
50
for having me on there. 50 big ones.
Yeah.
Do I get money?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you a high five after we're done.
Yeah, I'm good.
But thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button. Follow the social links down below. Go check out some of the new lists I uploaded. If guest has made it 7 videos, they get their own list, and Kory's going to hit 50 with this one. So go check out some other episodes with Kory. If you missed out on some of them, there's 50 uploaded as of today. But thank you again for watching. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.